All right. Well, we are live.
Uh,
Oh, don't sound so thrilled about it.
it is what it
What's
is.
going on Twitch? It's us. We're back. It's Devin. It's Beck. We'll be joined by Sam later on. Tonight we are doing something it's a little bit different. It's just kind of weird how we're doing the episode tonight. So, Sam is going to join us to wrap up the disaster movie month, and we're going to talk about Armageddon. But he is currently finishing up the movie. He's seen it before, but he wanted to refresh his memory, so he's currently wrapping up the movie right now. So he's going to join us in a little bit. But in the meantime, we're going to kick off our February movie madness, so to speak, with Aliens. We're doing Aliens this month. um, there's a lot of alien movies, a lot of alien invasion movies in particular, and I think that's what we're going to focus on primarily with this one is alien invasions. I know you said you wanted to do
Mars Attacks?
That's the one you wanted to do,
Yeah.
Mars Attacks. Okay, so we're going to do Mars. I think we'll do Mars Attacks next week. The week after that, I would like to do either Attack the Block or
Ooh. Fuck.
uh,
There's so
Close
many.
Encounters. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Ooh. So
Um,
I might retake that because I'm actually kind of stuck between three. Either that, would you say, was it They Live? That would consider that
oh
alien. They
well,
Live.
that's
Isn't
well
that
that
alien?
it is Alien, but it's also I don't know. I kind of want to hold off on that for John Carpenter
Okay,
month.
well then how about that instead of that, Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Because that's one I've never seen, but it's like talked about and brought up so much.
Are we doing the original or the remake
I would say the
with
original, right?
Nicole Kidman?
Original. That has like I think
Okay,
the guy who played Snow in Hunger Games.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. I've just heard the title a lot.
Mm.
Um, have you ever seen Attack the Block though?
No.
It's got John Boyega, the dude who played
Oh
Finn in
yeah,
Star Wars,
love him.
and Nick Frost from the Cornetto trilogy.
Attack the Block.
Um, yeah, it's like about this group of rough kids in like the hood of
Oh,
London,
I
and there's
remember
like
seeing
an
the trailer for this.
there's like an alien invasion that happens, and they like kind of step up to protect their neighborhood, but
Yeah,
they're like
it's
running
young John
around.
Boyega.
Yeah, they're like running around fighting these aliens with like fireworks and squirt guns and shit.
So they're like the weird, like just black and like a neon for the T. Because I remember seeing that, and they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
weird,
the
like a weird
aliens
design, but it
they
makes
look
a
really
lot of
cool.
sense knowing it's him who direct. Why can't I think of his name?
I
Yes,
don't remember who the director is.
yeah, he did a Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Joe Cornish,
Well, no, those were
right?
Edgar Wright.
Are they not, why does it come up with him as? Oh, it's just like things he's related to. My bad. He directed that though, but he had parts to do in those movies.
Oh, so he was involved with it. It makes sense why then Nick Frost is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Frost, it's a weird role for him too because he's like a drug dealer. He's got super long fucking hair, and he's like working with this like hardcore gangster rapper.
So like Paul, but he's a drug dealer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I feel like that was such an underrated movie with those two. Like I
Oh,
love
dude.
that movie.
I mean, that's another great alien movie. I don't know if we could count that as an alien invasion movie, though.
No, I mean Sigourney Weaver's in it, so like there's even that going for it with aliens. But
I mean, fuck, we don't have to focus on alien invasion.
they,
I just
Devin,
will.
we already had alien invasion. It's just we could branch off on everything. Be like, well, we don't have to, but
I mean, well, the only reason I picked War of the Worlds for this one is because we just finished, well, we're about to finish up disaster movies. So I thought this would be a good segue movie into the alien, whether we do alien invasions primarily or we just kind of do a lot of different alien movies. Although there are a lot of alien movies, including Alien. So
oh yeah.
there's like, um,
And we could even
I
do
don't.
Predator and Alien movies.
I think it would probably help us to focus on alien invasion, and then we can revisit other alien movies at another time. I mean, shit, we can hold off on Paul, and we can do Simon Pegg and Nick Frost month, where we do Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, World's End, and Paul.
That'd be good.
So I think focusing on alien invasion movies would be good for this month. Signs.
Love it.
Is that an alien invasion movie? Because I haven't seen it. It is?
Okay. So yes, but I don't think it's not as upfront as you think. It's a very subtle alien invasion movie. But one of my favorite, I saw the movie when I was younger. Like, it was on TV, and I remember it played after Stephen King's Dreamcatcher, another like alien invasion movie. And both of those movies have gone hand in hand to me because they like were like a double feature kind of thing. So good.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix, bro, the McCulkin kid.
Yeah.
I don't remember the daughter. Oh,
I've always
Zombieland. Youngest one. Her name's like Abby something.
Oh, Abigail Breslin.
Yes, she plays the daughter in Signs.
So yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to watch Signs. I've never gotten around to watching it, but we could definitely do that one. I was gonna say because I don't know how much Close Encounters. Have you seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
No, it's Hitchcock, right?
No, it's Spielberg.
Is this? Why do I think Hitch? Oh, I know why. I think. Never mind. It's stupid. Yeah.
And it's a really, really quiet movie, and it's not so much about an alien invasion as much as a visitation. It's like a visitation because like it's about this guy that accidentally makes contact through like I think like through a toy or a piano or something. I think it's through a piano.
I remember seeing a reference, and the guy was using a piano, like signing up with like lights on it or something.
Yeah. So that's all referencing Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and it's a cool movie, and it's got a really epic like moment when they finally do like encounter the ship and stuff. But I don't know if that would really count for this, so maybe we'll do Signs instead of that.
I mean. You just want to watch a Shyamalan movie, then.
Well, that's the other thing. We could also
have you seen
on that one and do M. Night Shyamalan
and Knock at the Cabin?
I have not. The movie theater next door is playing it, but I've heard mixed things about it.
Yeah,
actually more negative than positive. So I've not really. I think it's one I'm gonna wait for.
I want to see it really bad. I want to see like an M. Night movie in theaters. I think that's I'm going to see it just simply so I can say that I have at this point. Because I
went and saw Glass.
I did
theaters.
I watched it after, and I'm kind of glad I did.
I was gonna say what a letdown. I was so hyped for that fucking movie.
Dude, they were building up so much, and then they really just kind of fucking kill everybody, and then it's just the kid with the blue eyes now, and he's like, what do we do from here? Yeah, I don't know. Like, cool concept. I mean, he wasn't going to start like a MCU-esque like type of deal.
Yeah, sure, but I thought it was going to be, I don't know.
More of a brawl.
I didn't think they were going to be in an asylum the entire fucking time.
Yeah. It really was like the trailer built it up to be like, it was going to be this like, I'm not going to call it endgame level thing, but it was going to be a huge showdown. And then it's them running around the front yard for 15 minutes after they get out of the house. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you put him in water like he's Freddy Krueger.
That movie was very disappointing. So, and M. Night Shyamalan was kind of on a little bit of a streak there. He was starting to win back some good, good word of mouth with Split and The Visit.
Oh, Split was great. I didn't know The Visit. I saw Visit in theaters. I didn't realize it was his movie, and that makes sense now looking back because it's got that twist.
Yeah, that's Shyamalan, and I like that one. And that was when people were like, movie. That one was where like people were like, okay, maybe Shyamalan's getting his groove back. And then I think it was after that he did Split. And then it was at the end of Split that Bruce Willis showed up, and everyone was like, "Oh fuck, this!"
Oh yeah, he's in the diner, and they were like talking about it on the TV, and he looks up, and they're like, "Oh, don't you remember like that guy from a few years back or some shit?" So,
and nobody knew ahead of time that that was what this movie was. So then when that happens, everyone who had seen Unbreakable is like, holy shit, this is connected to Unbreakable. And then Shyamalan's like, yes, it's connected. I'm actually planning a trilogy. There's going to be a third movie where Bruce Willis and the guy from Split have a showdown. And then he like hyped it up to be this, like big endgame, like epic fucking brawl between the three of them.
Well, it wasn't really a brawl with glass. Like, he's literally glass.
Well, but with his mind and like
he's
plans
like Professor
and stuff,
X, but lamer.
He could do some like he could have done some like Joker style shit and gotten like a bunch of people behind him.
Yeah, but he's like the fish from SpongeBob. He's like, I wake up every day and I break my arms and my legs.
I'm pretty sure that was a reference to Unbreakable. That's why they did that in that.
He's like,
in that episode.
He's like, I'm smart as hell. He's like, but if anybody throws a rock at me, like, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, but so I don't know. So the new Shyamalan movie, after seeing Glass, I can't remember if he's done anything since then. But Oh, I did.
I loved that. That was good. I liked it.
I enjoyed the concept of Old. The dialogue for that movie made me want to kill myself.
Why? I'm curious because I like the dialogue in that movie because I like the way it's like they're still children, but they're just aging rapidly, and I thought it was kind of cool.
It was the dialogue. It was the dialogue was the part that pulled me out of the whole movie. Like, I really enjoyed the concept. I thought the idea of kids aging rapidly and just everybody aging rapidly in general, I thought it was a cool concept, and especially with the kids, I thought it was like they were getting in some really fucked up territory, and it worked for making for an unsettling like scene when they would do that stuff. But then the characters would start talking, especially in the beginning of the movie, and it was like the most like stick people
that's fair
type dialogue, and it was like corny as shit too. And then M. Night Shyamalan has like his mandatory cameo, and even his dialogue was like terrible. It was, the whole movie, when it came to the dialogue, it took it down like 3 points for me. But like I said, I really liked the concept. I enjoyed the movie as a whole. I wasn't like bored for the 2 hours or however long it was. But yeah, it definitely, I was like, okay, this still isn't like, he's not completely back yet. So, and now the reviews for this one are coming out, and I'm just like, ugh.
I want to see it. It looks, except one, I love Rupert Grint, and I like seeing like this.
Is he in this?
Yeah, he's one of the main characters in Knock at the Cabin.
I've seen the trailer. I do not remember seeing him in it.
The only ginger.
I'll have to rewatch the trailer. I do not remember seeing him in it. I just know it's got Dave Bautista.
Drax.
Don't call him.
He started in
He's
WWE.
trying to get away from that role. All right, he doesn't just want to be Drax, and he doesn't just want to be the next John Cena or whatever. He wants to be. Dude, this is what he said. He said, "I just want to be a good actor."
No, and I respect that because I remember like him talking about. He was like, "I feel like John Cena robbed me of so much," and then he kind of grew. He's like, "I'm where I'm at now, pretty much." He's like, "And I'm gonna just like you said, he wants to be a good actor." He has had, and this is gonna sound dumb, such a good character arc.
Oh yeah.
And it's awesome. I hated him as a kid because I was so big into WWE, and he and Rey Mysterio were partners at one point, and then they like split up and hated each other, and I was a diehard Rey Mysterio fan. I was like, fuck Dave Bautista, bro. And I'm like, fuck this piece of shit. And I'm standing up at the TV like fucking like, take it. When like he comes on, because I hated him so much.
Well, dude, did you see Blade Runner 2044? I think it was.
Fuck no. I haven't seen any of the Blade Runners.
Oh, no fucking way.
So, can I tell you why I have held off on the new Blade Runner?
Why?
So, my friend, he was like house sitting for his brother, and his brother had like a 4K TV, like surround sound, and that was the first time he had watched Blade Runner before, but he watched it again there, and he was like, you need to be in a place to where you can have that experience to watch it. He's like, don't watch it on like the fucking laptop or your TV. He's like, get somewhere where you can have it like as highest quality as possible, and with that kind of thing, he's like, it's such a better experience for that movie in particular. And he's not like a huge like movie buff or anything, but he was just like this one like hearing that come from somebody like who I know doesn't really give a shit about movies or anything. I was fair. I'm like, I've seen parts of it, but I won't watch the movie until I can like really like just I'm trying to think of the word, like surround myself with it.
Okay? Well, then we can watch it when you come to my place.
I'm
My big
so
ass
okay
projector
with that.
set up
Yeah,
in
exactly.
my room.
Like I remember when I was living in Georgia, I went to a guy who lived across the street from us, and his dad had like a theater in the house, like set up in the basement with a projector, and that was one of the first times I watched episode 6 of Star Wars. So God, I don't remember a lot from being there, but that was one of my main memories. And then like sleeping over in the living room and watching the Rancor get crushed.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, because I watched, since I got the projector set up, the night that I got it and set it up, I got home from work, and then I broke it in with Dead Alive, and then I watched Blood Machines, and then I watched Shaun of the Dead, and I fell asleep to Shaun of the Dead. And the next night, I watched Back to the Future.
Okay.
And it's like, just, even though my projector's not like super high quality, like the picture, I would say probably like
better than the Zoom box.
It's between 720 and 1080, but it's like it's kind of blurry on the edges, but it adds to the effect. And it's just like, yeah, just watching a movie on like a projector setup.
It's a feel. It's a vibe.
It is. It really is. Like, and when it's like it at the foot of your bed of all places too, it just makes it so fucking epic to watch a movie. We watched the Evil Dead trailer, the new one. We watched it on there, and Natalie was like, I just want to watch it in here. Fuck.
Dude, that's the thing is, oh my God. Do you remember Zoom boxes, like when they came out?
I have no idea what that is.
Early 2000s, it was an at-home projector. I remember I had them, and they were so cool. And even like a knockoff thing. But it had a DVD player built into it. And then you could also have like AV hookups. You could plug in like your consoles or whatever you wanted to play. Such a cool concept. But again, early 2000s, right? So it's like the gimmick is all you had. It wasn't great, but it was like this. It was a projector at home. And it was such a cool concept. Like, I remember watching movies with my parents. Like, we'd set it up in the living room, or I was playing, like, Monster Jam on it on my PlayStation 2. You couldn't tell what was going on, but it was just that feeling of having, like, a theater in your home.
Yeah. Well, and it
had its own speakers built into it, too. Sorry.
When I was going through looking at projectors, the reason I started was because someone I work with at Donata's, they brought in a projector they bought. And we set it up in the kitchen, and we played Mario Kart on it. And then she left it there, and one night when it was just me and Corey closing, he brought his Xbox, and we watched Death Proof. And when we were watching Death Proof, I was looking at it like, I want one of these in my fucking room.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going through and looking. I ended up buying the same projector that we were using at work, because it was reasonably priced, and from what I saw, it was pretty good quality. So I bought that one. I'm not disappointed with it at all, but I would like to get a better one at some point. But it's crazy how, like, back in the day, like, back even, like, early 2000s, like, projectors were, like, expensive as fuck. Like, if you wanted a projector, it was, like, $600 plus for, like, a low-end one. And like over $1,000 for a good one, but when you go on Amazon now, they have them for like, you can get like a pretty good one for like $400, or you can get like a pretty good one that's not like overpriced, and it might not be the best projector, but it's still like really good quality for like $80, like what I got.
Exactly. That's what it's amazing that like with time, like how technology has advanced, that it's become more accessible.
Yeah.
Like you think like it's becoming way more advanced, but it's becoming cheaper, so it's cool.
Well, and that's the thing. I've always wanted a projector set up.
Same.
So then when I started looking into this one, I was like, am I going to put it in the den? Nah, fuck that. This is going in my room.
Like I remember, I don't know if it was Samsung or if it was like there was like that Motorola. It was like the Moto phone that had like all these attachments and shit onto it.
Oh yeah, and it had a projector on it.
Yes, I remember them specifically showing it in like a tent. And they were showing like some Star Wars, and that was like the coolest thing to me, because Devin, people didn't understand. Like only you did. It's like having that experience at home is so different.
Yeah, it really is.
It's amazing. Like, yeah, like I can watch a movie on my TV and it's great. I'm not complaining. Like, there's people with way worse problems in the world, but being able to bring that theater experience and like being able to set it up in 15 seconds, whatever, like, it's amazing. It's so fucking great.
Well, and it's cool too because like my Google thing's attached to it. I have that plugged in, so I can literally just cast to the projector from my phone whatever I want to watch, or I have my PlayStation up there so I can watch a Blu-ray on it if I want. In fact, I might watch Suspiria tonight. You said what?
What's your projector?
It's I can send you the link.
Because I'm on Amazon right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's like the TMY projector.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, and it came with a screen and everything.
Oh, that's great.
And my room is like set up just like it's like the perfect size for where I was gonna put the projector and where like the screen ended up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the perfect distance to like fill the screen and still be perfectly in focus. And
like I remember going to my friend's house and like bringing my little projector with us and like playing split screen call like Black Ops on it. That was just such a cool, like you couldn't tell what's going on because it was so low quality, but it was about the experience and like just being there and like having fun with that. It didn't matter if it was horrible. Like I remember when he first got his Xbox, he had a TV. It was like a mini like box TV. It was probably about this big, and we sat huddled around it playing Halo Reach all night. It didn't matter. Like we didn't need something huge. It was just fun.
Yeah, it is very nice to have. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And like I said, that's how I watched both the movies we're going to talk about tonight. First of which, we're going to do it a little out of order because we were going to do, obviously, Armageddon first and then War of the Worlds to kind of keep the flow. But we're waiting for Sam, so we're going to start with War of the Worlds.
If I may, before we get into this, surprising thing. One, I fucking hate Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie, War of the Worlds, of his. I do love this movie.
It is. It's funny because, yeah, I remember you were like, because I wanted to do a Tom Cruise episode, and you were like, please don't make me stare at his middle tooth.
He's fucking staring at the tripod, and all I can see is just... And it's just there.
I was looking for it, and I was like, "What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about." He has a middle tooth.
He has him. If you look at a photo of him and draw a line down the middle, there's a tooth right here.
So does he have three middle front teeth?
It's a genetic thing to where like you have it. I think it might be an extra tooth or it's just the growth of them, but it comes in. It's not symmetrical. It's like right in the middle.
Ah. Okay.
It's a genetic thing, and I don't care.
Well, yeah, I was getting a little distracted at one point. Yeah, the tripod scene where they're doing close-ups on his face in the daylight. I was like, where's this middle tooth?
You gotta know what you're looking for.
And I got it on the big screen, too. It's like his head is the size of my wall, and I'm just like looking at his tooth. And I was like, I don't...
oh my God.
But yeah, so I saw this movie in theaters when it came out because
you were like 9?
I'm Dakota Fanning's age.
I don't know how old she is.
However old she was when the 10. In the movie.
He calls her 10 in the movie.
So I was like 10.
Are you sick?
Because it was like 2005, you said? So yeah, that would have been, I would have been around 9 or 10. Maybe 11.
No, I'll look up the exact release date and we'll find out. June 23rd, 2005.
June 23rd, 2005. So yeah, I would have been 10 years old.
Oh my... Devin, you're... Oh, I didn't... Oh. Are you 27?
28. Oh my God! Did I just shatter you?
Did I just reveal my age? I was 5 when this came out, so I did not see it in theaters. I was still watching SpongeBob, which to be fair doesn't say shit because I was watching SpongeBob like 3 hours ago.
Well, the thing was, so my mom. This is before my mom became a super massive anti Tom Cruise person.
I love your mother.
She hates Tom
Is she
Cruise,
single?
but no, she's happily married.
Oh,
But
happily.
um, no, yeah. So she didn't hate Tom Cruise at the time, and there was this running joke that was like half a joke, half kind of real. But I, like I said, I was Dakota Fanning's age, so I had a little bit of a crush on her,
Hmm.
and my mom called her like my movie girlfriend. So when the trailer started coming out for this, she's like, "You want to go see the new movie with your girlfriend in it?" And I'm like, I think I saw the trailer and I was just like, whoa, this looks like a really cool movie. Yes, I want to go see this. So my mom took me to go see this. And this was, I was thinking about while watching the movie, I think this was genuinely the first, because I would consider this to be a horror film to a degree. This is the first horror film I ever saw in a theater. And yeah, it's PG-13, but for being PG-13, it's kind of shocking how much blood is in this movie.
So I still, to this day, I've stood by this. I have mad respect for PG-13 horror movies, and especially ones that can pull off, because it's such a hard franchise to try to accomplish when you're under like insane parameters like that. So ones that
Right.
can do it, good. Like I remember I went to see Ouija when it came out for a PG-13 horror movie. Really good.
Is The
Like
Conjuring PG-13?
fuck no, that movie was rated R just because of the fact that it was so terrifying.
I didn't think
It
that
did.
movie was scary at
It
all.
came out in 2012, Devin.
Eh.
Um,
I still, to this day, I remember leaving the theater for The Conjuring and being like,
okay, you were 18 when you saw that movie, or however old. I was 12 when I saw it. I was scared, but it was so good. Like the movie didn't cuss, or it didn't cuss much, and it didn't have like any crude sex scenes or anything. It was R simply based off of the content that was in it, and that it was so scary at the time.
right.
Which I mean, now we have two other Conjuring movies. We have the spin-off, so yeah, it's not anything abnormal. But when Conjuring came out, it was breaking, like it was
Well,
tearing down walls.
it's
It
like,
was.
I don't know, I can't remember if we talked about it on the last stream or not, but Megan, that's a PG-13 horror film that actually was really entertaining. But at the same time, I'm
Not
pretty
horror.
sure it was no, it is horror, but I'm pretty sure it was an R-rated movie that they cut down to be PG-13.
Like Venom was.
So, was that supposed to be
Venom
R?
was originally going to be an R-rated movie, and I still wish they had gone with it. But I understand it's an issue with getting money, like being able to pull in that money, because Deadpool
Yeah.
was kind of a risky choice to go R because it's superhero, but you know.
That risk paid off in dividends.
100%. And but no, Venom ended up going up to the PG-13, and you can tell, but it still did good.
I think that
think
movie would have done better.
It would have.
Because I still haven't seen them, but if they were R, I would have probably been a little more inclined to see them.
I'm obsessed with like anything Spider-Man, and so Venom's great. I still think they should have gone to R simply for the second one, because Carnage is literally based off a serial killer, like his host is.
Right.
I think that movie would have been better had it been rated R, but again, doing what you can with what you have. Respect to anybody who takes that on.
Well, and that's where you get the master of his class, Steven Spielberg, to make your fucking movie. And what are we going to do? We're going to do a remake of a classic horror alien invasion story. And they do an amazing job for a PG-13 movie of conveying how horrifying it really is. Because, like, I remember, because, like I said, I went and saw us in theaters. So I'm like a 10, 11-year-old sitting in the theater, and I'm watching just like a normal movie. I don't really know a whole lot about the movie. And then when the tripods come out and start eviscerating people, my jaw like hit the floor. I was like, oh my God. And he's like running through people dust. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like my 10-year-old mind was melting watching this movie. And so a lot of this movie is burned into my brain, because then after we saw the movie, I was like, I have to have that movie. So I watched, whenever I had a chance, I would find out when War of the Worlds was coming out on DVD. And then the day it came out, I made my mom take me to the grocery store because they sold the newest movies, and I
Yeah,
bought a
same.
copy. I bought a copy of War of the Worlds the day it came out on DVD, and so I watched it. I don't know how many times when I was a kid afterwards. I absolutely adored this movie because it was like, yeah, at the time the craziest like thing I'd ever seen, and it was like one of the first horror films that I'd ever seen.
That was
And
the first one I went to see in theater.
and it was definitely probably also the first Tom Cruise movie I'd ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember. I don't think I would have seen anything else from him before that.
That's fair. Like I feel like by the time that I was old enough to really watch Tom Cruise movies or like even comprehend them, if that makes sense. I've seen like tons of like clips from them before, so I don't even know what my first one would have been.
Well, and then I remember what my first like real like this is a horror movie you're going because this kind of is an action movie. You could argue it's an action movie or a horror movie.
I would say it's like horror sci-fi.
Yeah, that's what I label it as, but you could make
or
the
thriller
argument for
even.
action or thriller. But the first movie I went to that was actually like it was just a legit like this is a ghost movie. This is a horror film was Shudder.
Oh, I bought that from Rinks in Marietta. That means nothing to you. It's like a flea market in Marietta.
Oh
That's
no,
famous.
you've mentioned it before.
I remember I bought Shudder from there because I had read about the Japanese release. So like huge deal. Like still probably way more terrifying. I remember watching it for the first time. My friend stayed over and he hated horror movies. Everyone in my friend group was terrified. But like I was just bred as a child to watch them, and so I was like, let's watch this. Like let's watch Shudder. So, still really cool concept. I'd love to go back and watch it.
I have not seen it since I went and saw it in
No,
theaters.
same. I watched it once in 2012. I remember because I remember it was around the era that Black Ops 2 was big, and I was still I watched it for the first time like while playing that or before. But I think the first one I saw in theaters was probably like you said, full fledged was Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh my god, I went and saw that
Good
in theaters as well.
PG-13 horror movie.
I fell asleep.
Dude, I adore that movie. I remember it came out like a week early on Amazon Prime or on Amazon instead before DVD. And I remember I looked at my mom, I gave her cash because I didn't have a card. I'm like, I'm buying this digital and we're gonna get it on DVD when it comes out, and we did. But I remember my friend Jacob went to see it with my mom and I, and we were like 11, 12 years old when it came out. And that again, my biggest push for PG-13 horror movies because The Woman in Black is still to this day probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I went with two friends of mine, and then
no shit, you could get in by yourself.
I passed the fuck out, and then I'm pretty sure my two friends just made out the whole time while I was asleep.
Did you feel left out?
No. I was like, this movie's fucking boring.
It's not. It's so good.
I need to rewatch it. I was in,
there's also a book
mind state when I was a kid. I didn't really like Inglourious Bastards when I watched it in high school either, and it's like my favorite movie ever now. So I need to go back and rewatch Woman in Black. I really like Daniel Radcliffe. But yeah. Going to see horror films in theaters and just like sci-fi movies. Just like you said, like seeing it on a big screen amplifies it. And seeing a movie like this or like a disaster movie is definitely like, I think movie theaters are like the way to watch those movies in particular. And this is like a movie that is very grandiose and epic on scale. Like once the aliens pop off and they start like showing the like pans over with like all the tripods just everywhere, eviscerating people, and you find out they're all over the world. There's not just one. It's just like, it feels so epic, but then at the same time, it does a really good job of telling a story about a not so great dad becoming a better dad. By like
Black
being
Phone.
shown
Also
that he is not a good, he's not like his kids can't like lean on him when they need emotional support. They lean on each other, and he like realizes that throughout the movie. And they do a good job of not like throwing it in your face, but just showing
gradually
it
building
throughout the yeah. And so then eventually, after that shit pops off with the people taking the car and he kind of breaks down in the diner. That's like his turning point, I feel like. And that's where after that he's trying to do better by his kids. And that's where like he doesn't want Robbie to go, but then he lets him go because it seems like that's really what he wants. And he focuses on Rachel, and it just becomes him and Rachel for a while, and it's just her. That's his only focus. And I think whatever you want to say about Tom Cruise, he's a damn good actor.
No. Absolutely. And I can differentiate like a professional like act thing between like what he does outside of it.
Yeah. And
he
does a really good job in this movie of portraying the character he's portraying.
Literally like the last shot where he's just hugging him and like Robbie's like crying and shaking, and then you see him almost like processing the moment and finally like coming to reality about everything that happened, because like even if he was a shitty dad, he was still trying to hold it together for them, and he finally that is a good fucking shot. Like no words are said, it's literally just body language, and it's so good.
Well, and if you want to talk about shots, I mean, this movie has some really awesome imagery, and that's another thing that burned into my brain when I was 10 was that shot of him looking out over the hill on the like just never-ending scape of just like blood-covered land from them just fertilizing people. So, and it's just everything is red and covered in veins, and it was like the most crazy thing I had ever seen, like on a big screen.
There's I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called like the Corridor Crew on YouTube, but they're all
Corridor Digital.
Yeah, so they're all like visual effects artists, and I watch their channel a lot, and like they'll break down like bad versus good CGI and whatnot. And it's the scene where they first steal the van, and I think it's like that the overpass is kind of like collapsing around them as they're driving away. If I'm not mistaken, that was like a mixture of CGI and miniatures used in that scene. But like for like 2005, it looks amazing.
Oh, that's the thing. All the visuals in this movie hold up really well.
It's Spielberg.
Exactly. That's the thing.
The thing is, it's like they had the technology to pull that stuff off, but it's getting the budget, and the only way you got that budget is having a reputation of the man who made fucking E.T.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way you could get the top of the line stuff, and like it wouldn't even be a second guess. They're like, oh, Mr. Spielberg? Absolutely.
Well, it's funny too, because I forgot this was a Steven Spielberg movie. So while I was watching it, I was like, man, this is such a good movie. Like this movie holds up. It's so entertaining. It's everybody's doing a really good job of acting. And then the visuals really hold up. Like, I'm like, God damn, this is an impressive movie. And it's a remake. And then Steven Spielberg's name came up. I'm like,
it checks out. Yeah,
makes sense.
I will say though, Robbie ruined Dragon Ball.
He did. I remember he was Goku.
I was literally on the phone and I see him coming to screen. I went, "Is that fucking Goku?" And I was like, "He's made a lot of people angry in his life."
Justin Chatwin.
Also in Shameless.
Yeah, he was in Shameless. I remember seeing him, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Justin Chatwin!"
I love him. Because great actor.
For whatever reason, after seeing this movie, I thought that dude was the coolest.
Oh,
and I was like, I want to see him.
Hot.
I want to see him in some other stuff. So then he was in a movie called The Invisible. I can't remember the exact plot of The Invisible, but if I remember right, it was like he gets into a car accident and becomes a ghost.
It's like Vanilla Sky.
I've never seen that movie.
But it's just Tom Cruise and he gets in a car accident. That's the only connection.
Well, yeah, if I remember, it's been so long since I've seen this movie.
It's a remake of a French movie, I think.
I wanted to watch it because he was in it and he was the lead. So I'm like, I gotta see this movie. So I convinced my mom to rent it and we watched it. And I don't remember much of it because it was actually pretty forgettable. And then I didn't see that guy in anything until I saw he was in Dragon Ball. And I'm like, hey, that's him. I'm not gonna watch that movie though because I don't like Dragon Ball. And then I didn't see him or hear from him again in anything. And then he just kind of popped up in Shameless. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Justin Chatwin. What's going on?
Yeah, he's high school students left for dead after being attacked by a troubled teenage girl. He's like, as his life hangs by a thread, it's left to his ghost to investigate the crime and alert the police to his body before it's too late.
That's right. I remember he was like a ghost.
Then I guess you try to help.
Enjoyed the movie, but yeah. See, it's been so long. I literally watched that movie like when it came out.
He was in Super Babies. Woo!
Oh, dude, Baby Geniuses 2?
Yeah, Baby Geniuses 2. How the fuck did you know that?
Because I was obsessed with Baby Geniuses when I was a kid.
I remember
one of the few children's movies I had on VHS. I had like crazy movies like Spaceballs and Army of Darkness, and then I had Baby Geniuses. And I would watch Baby Geniuses all the fucking time. I don't remember why I love this movie so much. But then I remember Baby Geniuses 2 Super Babies came out, but I was way too old for it at that point. And I was like, I'm not going to watch that. But I've always thought about going back and watching it.
We should do that for a week. We should watch the Baby Geniuses movies.
Dude, I'd totally be down.
That would be fucking amazing. You're like, I don't even need the stream for it. I'll just do it on my own time.
They're so dumb, but
I again, living in Georgia when those came out, and I remember going over to a guy's house, and he was like, had it in, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I didn't say that because I was literally 4 years old. I'm like, what's this?
But yeah, so yeah, you got Justin Chatwin, you got Tom Cruise, you got Dakota Fanning. You know who I was surprised to see in the movie?
The girl,
Amy Ryan. She's the what's her name? The one that marries Michael Scott on The Office.
Oh, Holly. Yeah, I remember she came on the screen. I'm like, oh, it's Holly, but
yeah,
I didn't know that was her name.
I was like, is that Amy Ryan? That's like, because she's about to be
like
in the
a cameo, right?
Well, it's just like a brief role. She's just the neighbor for like a couple lines, and I'm like, Amy Ryan seems like a heavy hitter to have a role.
You see her running at one point.
So I'm wondering if this wasn't like around the time that she was still like finding like smaller roles and she hadn't really hit it big yet. Because
it had to have been.
She's about to be in the new Ari Aster movie as like one of the leads. So
she's also in like the Only Murders in the Building.
I haven't seen that show, but I've seen a lot of stuff for it.
I would say I got very excited when I saw Miranda Otto in the movie. She plays Tom Cruise's wife.
Oh, what is she in?
Eowyn in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, is she?
Oh my god. I would give up everything in this world for her in a heartbeat. Like, dude, I'm not gonna get into it,
But yeah, so you've got like these epic shots of like, people being eviscerated.
Manny, get in the car.
Blood-soaked fields, dude. That whole
the river scene.
The river scene.
Oh my god, is so good.
When the fucking bodies are floating, and
it starts with the one, and then it's just just there are like logs in the river, just floating down. Oh my god.
And that's another example of something that was like burnt into my brain. Like there's so much like low-key disturbing imagery in this movie. And
it's
stuff,
not
especially
gory
for PG-13. Yeah, it's
just
not
disturbing,
gory, but it's extremely disturbing. And then I love the whole incident when they get hailed into that guy's basement, and then they have to deal with this dude like becoming unhinged, and then the aliens like come into the basement and shit.
That scene gets me every time, because all I can think about is like Scary Movie 4. And that's like a whole scene in the fucking movie. He's the basement, and he's sitting there. He's like in the actual movie, he's like, I had a daughter. He's like, I had a girl about your age. He's like, anything happens to your daddy, I'll take care of you. I'm like, Justin Roiland, is that you?
But yeah, so all that. In fact, that whole scene, or that whole like set of scenes in that basement, remind me a bit of like almost like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah,
where like you have this tension between survivors. Obviously this is a little bit different because it's just 3 people, and it's also one of them is clearly already lost it, And so it's more just like realizing he's lost it and then dealing with that. And then also it doesn't help that this dude witnesses what we witnessed for the first time to be people getting fertilized, and that just throws him completely over the edge. But then that whole scene where he like puts a blindfold on her and has her cover her ears so he can go like, I assume just knock the dude out. I don't think he would have killed him, but I honestly don't know. They don't really tell you or show you. So, and
that's
then,
another part of it though. Is like,
yeah, the ambiguity of it. And then after that, it's like they get out of there, and then he can't find Rachel anymore. He's running around looking for her, and
like
then the
Batman.
tripod comes out and fucking tries to scoop him up, and then it doesn't get him, but then she comes out of nowhere and starts freaking out, and it grabs her. So then he goes up there, and he's got the belt of grenades, and he fucking blows the thing up from the inside with the grenade. Now, this is something I was wondering, and I wanted to ask you, is do you think when he did that, he weakened the integrity of all the other tripods? Or was
No,
it something else that did it?
I think it was just simply the oxygen, right? That inevitably weakened all the other ones.
I don't know. I honestly don't really understand what happened to the other tripods, so I was like, maybe it's just Tom Cruise defeated the aliens. Makes sense.
I can't
It's Tom
imagine they have
Cruise.
like a hive mind system to where. Then again, they got stumped by a fucking mirror in a basement, so I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing though. He killed the one, and then like all the veins on the ground started dying.
Well, and it
So
might have
I
been just
wonder
like
if
to that one in particular, like
well, but I almost wonder if they aren't connected somehow, and because he blew up that one, he took out like the shield network or something, and then
well,
they didn't
so
have shield. I
if
don't really understand.
if that were true, and I'm not arguing, I don't want to say I'm arguing against it because I'm open to whatever. Then
Well, that's the thing.
there
I
would
am
have been
too.
no need to explain that like the oxygen was poisonous to them then.
I didn't. I don't remember that part. Where did that
Oh
part come in?
shit! I'm thinking of signs. Never mind. It's not oxygen. But I'm thinking of something
Spoiler
else.
alert.
Well, it's not a spoiler because it's not fucking air. But I'm getting signs and War of the Worlds mixed up. For
Yeah,
some reason I thought they were like the oxygen is what was like poisoning them slightly, and so
no,
that's
they
what was.
never. The like the information we get is very slim, and a lot of it is like rumors from characters. Like, oh, I heard this was happening here. Someone else heard the complete opposite. We get some information from the news people. We get a little bit more information from just watching like them fertilize. We never understand why, like what their drive is, why they're fertilizing people and like covering the earth in blood. And then it's never explained why they all of a sudden just start like weakening and dying
So
after he blows up that one.
I think the answer to that is in the books.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now and I'll figure it out.
Is Tom Cruise in the books? I mean, Ray Ferrier.
I haven't read the book. I think what they're saying by the books is that like on their planet they basically eradicated diseases, and they came over here and they didn't have a need for like immunity in their what's the term for it? Like your immune system.
So we made
So
them
it's
sick.
just simply diseases, yeah. Like the birds landing on them and stuff and carrying it. They weren't adapted to our world, is what it seems like.
Shields couldn't protect them from that shit.
No. I mean, because especially you see, like, they make it a huge thing to where he's like, all the veins or whatever you want to call them growing on the ground. He's like, they're dying. And it's because they just couldn't sustain life on the planet.
I'm not going to lie. Those aliens did kind of look like pussies. Like, when the aliens came into the basement, I did, like, they're scary at times. And then other times when they do, like, close-ups on their face, I'm like,
I could take one.
That alien's kind of adorable.
Like, and a hand on, and like one-on-one, I could take it.
Look at those big button eyes.
Like, I will say though, like as far as aliens go and like depictions, probably I love the way they're shown in this movie.
No, they are definitely cool looking.
Because they're not like your traditional, but they hold some of the similar aspects. But they look like their machines are designed, and it's cool.
Yeah, Yeah, and then the one that like drops out of the one ship at the end, and like you just watch it die. Like that one looks scary.
Mm-hmm.
But the one of the ones that came into the basement for whatever reason, especially when he started playing with the bicycle wheel, I was like, these guys are kind of adorable. Like they're just curious. But yeah, so I would definitely say this is definitely my favorite Tom Cruise movie, like you were saying, and this is just one of my favorite Alien movies in general. Because yeah, I think a part of it is because of the nostalgia of the movie. Because like I said, I did grow up with this one. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about with this one. I'm really excited to talk about Armageddon.
I'm not. I don't fucking. That movie had like 4 stars. Why? Why? That was Armageddon was huge, right? Like it was very, very popular.
Yeah.
Why?
You didn't enjoy it?
I thought it was so fucking dumb.
Well, it's definitely a dumb movie, but it's Michael Bay.
Dude, I saw his name come up and I'm like, yeah, like I'm not gonna enjoy this.
It's definitely the best Michael Bay movie for sure.
Hold the fuck up! No.
No, I think it is.
Transformers?
I think it's the most entertaining. Okay, it's the second best. I will agree. I think the first Transformers is probably his best movie.
Like I love the Transformers series. Like I adore it. But Armageddon, the dialogue came on like the intro to the movie, and I just lost. I was like, this is so. It's like 45 million years ago, the dinosaurs were eradicated by a meteor. And I was like, this
there's
is so
a lot
stupid.
of dumb stuff in this movie.
That's
why I want to talk about it.
My dad called me while I'm watching the movie, and I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, have you ever seen Armageddon, like with Bruce Willis? I'm like, it's got like Keith David, Ben Affleck, like Owen Wilson. He's like, no. So we started talking about Bruce Willis movies and whatnot. And he was like, no, I've never seen it. I'm like, don't. I'm like, just watch Die Hard again.
Dude.
No,
Armageddon.
I won't watch this movie again by myself. Like if somebody turns it on, like if I was with you, I'm like, okay. But I will never, I'm not going to pay for this fucking movie again. That was like $4.
Oh, you paid for it?
I have to rent like half these movies because they're not on anything, like on a streaming service.
This War of the Worlds were on HBO.
No, so that's a lie, yes. I started a free trial with HBO, so I'm going to have to make like a new Amazon account next time the stream rolls around.
Yeah, so, hold on, I'm texting Sam.
I was going to say,
jumping on.
We can kill some more time if we need to, but.
So there's a couple reasons why I love this movie.
Okay.
And one of them is the fucking cast.
Oh no, the cast, it's a Mars Attack situation again. It's got an amazing cast with like a not abysmal, but a mediocre script.
Well, and when his name popped up, I was like, oh, this fucker. This movie made better use of Keith David than Volcano did.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I saw him come up and I'm like, how did they convince this man to do another disaster movie? I was like, he must have been desperate. Like, Community hadn't rolled around yet, so he was really grasping at straws.
Wasn't it like a year later?
I'll look up the dates real quick.
Either the same year or within a year apart from each other. Because I think Volcano was 97.
Yeah, 1997, and
so
then
he did Volcano, and then he was like, "Yeah, I want another taste."
Oh my god, he really was like, "I'm gonna redeem myself," because yeah, Armageddon came out April of 97, Volcano came out of April of 97, and then Armageddon came out June of 98.
Yeah, he apparently really enjoyed his time on Volcano.
Yeah, okay. So he's like, I really liked working next to that. What's his name? Fucking can't think of it now. Two-Face in the bad Batman movie. Tommy Lee Jones. Right?
Sorry, what? I was inviting Sam to the call. I'm sorry. What did you say?
It literally doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but then you got you got Keith David, you got Billy Bob Thornton, who I absolutely love.
Oh, I saw him come up and I'm like, yeah, this is solid.
Because he was great in like Bad Santa. I liked him in the Bad News Bears. I loved him, absolutely loved him in the first season of Fargo. He was one of the creepiest villains I've ever seen in anything.
That's fair.
And he's just he's a really good actor sometimes, and then other times he's in trash. So it really depends on what he's in, I think, more than him. But yeah, I always enjoy seeing him. You got Steve Buscemi, fucking a legend. You got Owen Wilson, who kind of, honestly, by the end of the movie, I felt like they literally casted him just to be a guy to come in, say a few funny lines, and then die. Because they killed him.
I was sad when he died, though.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. They make these characters, like, I love, like, okay, hold on. I don't want to get off topic. I want to keep talking about the cast. But I also realized I'm pretty sure there's 2 people from the Green Mile in this movie.
Yes.
There's the guy who plays, what's his name with the rat? Or the mouse.
Oh, and then Michael Clark Duncan, okay.
Yeah, so you got 2 people from Green Mile. And then
that's what happened because they have such a long life. You fucking become an oil driller, and then you go to space.
And then you got Bruce Willis.
I'm kidding. I like Bruce Willis.
And then you got fucking...
that shaky little man.
And then you got Ben Affleck.
Oh, Jason Isaacs, who's in Harry Potter also.
Where was he in the movie?
He was literally the smartest man on earth. He came in, he's like, let me tell you, the president's advisors are wrong.
Okay.
He plays Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter.
Okay. And then you got Liv Tyler.
Can't stand her.
I
love her in Lord of the Rings. That's the only thing that I've ever seen her in that I don't like hate. I don't think she's... I can't stand her.
You should watch... well, you're not going to like her character in it, because she's kind of a shitty character, but... Super?
I've seen
Super.
James
Gunn movie.
Devin, you put me onto Super like 4 years ago, and I've...
Oh, did I really?
Donato's, you were like, go watch this, and I bought it. I own the movie, and I remember talking, and I was like, the only 2 movies I like her in are Lord of the Rings and Super, because she's barely in fucking Super.
Yeah, she's just like strung out on heroin.
Exactly, and that's why it's an amazing role for her, because I don't have to fucking listen to her. She was like the original Kristen Stewart before Kristen Stewart had like a revamp and got decent. But she's so monotone and she has no emotion.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about her. I think she's very attractive.
That's a different story.
And I think she's so I like watching movies that she's in for like the visual aspect, and I think she can act to a degree. I don't know. I like her. I don't know.
I don't like her.
I guess I don't really have an issue with her. I liked her in Lord of the Rings.
She's barely in it.
Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I haven't seen a whole lot of movies with her in it, but the ones I have, I like those movies.
She's
I can't say I'm not a fan, I guess, but I'm not a fan.
What's
I'm also
her
not a
name?
fan.
Rob Lowe. It's his new show. Is it Chicago PD? I think.
Oh yeah.
I think she's in that, and she's dog shit in that show. Like, I never realized how bad she was until she came on the screen, and my grandmother was like, "I can't stand this bitch."
Well, she's like a nepo baby.
What is that?
She got a nepo baby. It's like
her parents are famous.
Slang. Well, her dad is Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith.
It all makes sense.
That's why it's like all Aerosmith in this fucking movie, because I'm pretty sure she like had to have had something in her contract where she's like, you guys have to play only my dad's music and I'll be in your movie. Cuz I don't understand why else Michael Bay would play like exclusively Aerosmith in this movie.
Who was in Green Mile that was in Armageddon? I'm looking at the cast list right now.
It's the main
What?
guy. Well, not the one of
No,
the main guys.
no, okay. Besides Michael Clark Duncan, who literally played John Coffey, Sam.
Yeah.
That man, stands out in the fucking crowd.
The guy who played I can't remember his name, but he was Bruce Willis's like right hand man on
Steve
the
Buscemi?
drill rig. No, his like
The
I
guy
second.
called
remember
Bear.
when they're
command.
walking down and Steve's like, dead man
Not
walking.
the bear. Not the bear. The guy that was like his
AJ?
secondary advisor. No, the guy. The dude with the son that he wasn't connected with originally.
Oh, yeah.
And then he.
Chick? Will
That's
Patton?
Chick, yeah.
Will
I
Patton.
don't see him in the...
I thought he was the guy in Green Mile.
I'm gonna call you out because you told me to. I don't see him in here.
I thought that was.
Are
him.
you
I didn't
thinking-
get a chance to look it up.
Are you thinking
but
of David Morse?
I might be. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the guy's name is.
I will
in,
say,
Green
I
Mile.
thought it was Barry Pepper because he and William Fichtner, who played Sharp, have the exact same fucking pictures on their Google, and it's just them with glasses on.
No, I'm thinking of
Keith David? He was the stunt
No, I guess
double
his-
for...
his name is Michael Jeter.
Which
He's
movie?
the guy with the mouse in Green Mile.
Yes.
I thought that was the guy who played Chick,
You didn't say Jeter?
but I guess they're just two different guys. I thought it was him because they look similar to me.
I think they went from a prison to space. And like the little mouse is crawling in his helmet. And then Sharp steps on. He's like, "Give me the mouse, boss." He's like, "I was afraid of the dog." Anyway,
So Sam,
hey Sam,
you
how's
get
it
a
going?
did you get a chance to wrap up the movie?
Yeah, basically. They just landed on Earth, so
Nice.
When did they land
I'll-
on Earth?
it's like
I don't
5.
fucking remember them seeing landing. I just remember them being back.
no, they
No, yeah,
landed.
they land and then AJ like gives Billy Bob Thornton's character Bruce
The
Willis's
patches.
patch. And then he hugs Liv Tyler and then
I can't
credits
believe they
is
didn't
their
write.
marriage.
I can't believe they didn't write him into getting on the shuttle. Because it's like, what's the worst that happens? He dies or he dies. Like,
I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck, what was I about to say?
I will never do that again. I'll never do that again.
No.
5 words. That's 6.
Oh, and then I like that because then at the end he's like, I got 5 words for you. Damn glad to see you, boy. And he's like, that's 6
6.
words.
I love Steve Buscemi in this fucking movie though.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was gonna say. When they're landing on Earth, like he snaps out of his fucking delirium.
Face dementia, as he puts
Yeah.
it.
And he realizes he now owes a loan shark like $100,000.
Yeah, he thought they were
I,
gonna die.
I think
and I was
he
like,
was faking it because he wanted to die on the asteroid.
He's like $100,000, 60%. It's probably why he tried to get arrested. Or he did get arrested, so he wouldn't have to go and they'd die. Not that he really contributed anything.
No, I like Sam's idea. I think that is why he decided to shoot up all the equipment near the end there, because he's like, if this goes through, I'm gonna be fucked.
You don't think NASA would give him like 100,000? Like that's nothing.
Okay, but this is my other question, and this was one that really popped up in the front of my brain while I was watching the movie, is why did they have miniguns on the armadillos?
I think they were like retrofitted.
Are they drilling
Maybe they
equipment?
just forgot to take them off.
But they loaded them up.
I
They
agree,
loaded
Sam.
them up before they went up into space.
Well, shit, they're taking all the tubes off, and they're like, maybe we should take these belts and these miniguns off. Nah.
I was like, that has to be drilling equipment, right? They use that for drilling and
I-
something. And then
Mhm.
when they're jumping across that big gap in
That's
the armadillo,
factually
and they're
accurate.
like about to crash into the fucking rock. And they're like, the rock. I'm like, shoot it with the minigun. It's like that game. Shoot it with the minigun. Clear your
Asteroids?
path. No, but like there's games where you'll be like flying and trying to avoid shit, but you could like shoot it and destroy it, and then you got a little bit clearer path. They could have done something like that with their fucking big minigun on the front, but I just crashed right into it.
I will say, I thought there was going to be a point to where he just shot it into the hole to like try to dig through it, or, like, better, because like they were like having like the issues with the drill bits. I thought they were just gonna like use the minigun to drill a hole into the ground, and I
That
was
would've
so
been
on board.
sick.
I was so on board.
You have to have Bear rip it off of the armadillo and then like hold it.
Of course.
I'm surprised there wasn't a point where like it's stuck and he's like, I got this, and he just like lifts the fucking armadillo.
Oh, this is a cast member that I completely forgot. Peter Stormare. I love Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
He's really good in like Fargo, and he like anything he pops up in. He's actually in Until
Oh
Dawn.
yes, he
Um,
played like the narrator.
psychiatrist.
Yeah, like the psychiatrist
Yeah.
in Until Dawn.
Yeah, and he's like anything I see him in, he's great in. And he's great in this as the Russian astronaut. This is the Russian space station. I love how it's just called the Russian space station.
Yeah.
He didn't fucking know. His country just told him he's going into space one day. He's like, all right, I guess this is what I do.
I think one of my favorite parts with him was when they're all on the armadillo and he's like, I'm the only qualified astronaut here.
He's like, we're just 3 astronauts on an asteroid. And he's like, we're not astronauts, we're oil drillers. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, what?
fuck.
Dude,
So
the part when they're trying to fix the thing to get the ship up, and she's like, get out of my way, you don't know these parts. He's like, American parts, Russian parts, they're all made in Taiwan.
He's got a
starts hitting
point.
it with a wrench.
That's how you
He
fix
has
everything,
a
right?
point. So
You said what?
That's how you fix everything.
Yeah,
no
I
shit,
guess in Russia.
dude. We literally called somebody over because like we were having. This is gonna like reveal a little bit about myself. Our pool pump had gone out and it wasn't working, and the fucking guys came over and he literally took a wrench and smacked the side of it and it kicked on. And we got charged for it.
Wow.
We got charged for a man to smack a pool pump.
Well, and my thought is that the fact that he just fixes things by smacking them with a wrench is why the Russian space station blew up in the most Michael Bay scene ever.
Nostrovia. I mean, shit, you see how fucking Ukraine's dealing, so.
But yeah, so I love all his stuff in the movie. I love the cast, and I think maybe the plot isn't the most well written, like the point where they're like throwing out ideas.
We're gonna create a sail.
He's like, come on, guys, think of something more realistic. And then someone's like, so we land on the asteroid and we drill into it.
He's like, we
He's
break
like,
into the mall. And
now
we're gonna...
you've got something.
Oh my!
And then they find the best driller on the planet. And we're gonna send you to space.
And I was talking
as long as
to
my daughter
Zave,
can come.
I was talking to Zave about this last night, but we were talking about like apocalypse and like World War III happening and shit. And then I was like, apocalypse happening from World War III is one thing, but like I'm more afraid of like an asteroid hitting us or Yellowstone erupting.
Dude.
And then we were talking about like what would we do as Earth if we found out that there was a giant asteroid hurtling towards us, and I was like,
we wouldn't know.
Based on what I think of the government and from my what I've learned about them in the past, I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. government came up with a plan based around Armageddon.
Also, have you seen the movie
They're like,
Don't Look Up?
we're gonna do it. I haven't
Based
seen
on
that
true
one
story,
yet.
right, Sam?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking stupid. That's the thing, though. Like, watching these movies, I'm like, literally sitting here, I'm like, an asteroid could literally hit the next few seconds while I'm watching this. I would rather be oblivious to the whole situation. If you know it's a doomed thing, would you rather not incite panic?
Yeah.
Depends, because you might want people to know so that they have the opportunity to, like, go be with their family and really do what matters in the last few hours
and I
they
get
have.
that, but also I would rather just not know and like go to bed and I just wake up and there's something.
Bro, fuck that. If I end up dying in an asteroid explosion and I'm in the fucking kitchen at Donato's, I'm gonna be pissed nobody fucking told me that thing was coming ahead of time.
I wouldn't be that pissed because I just like the next person pulls up to the window, I'm just gonna throw the pizza at the fucking car. Like, who cares?
That's not worth it to me, man.
I'll take $100,000 loan out. I don't care.
I'm sorry. I'd rather be doing something else. So I would be kind of pissed if nobody told me.
Man.
I think we should have a watch party.
Ignorance is bliss.
Just watch it crash into the earth.
Get a bunch of people over, get like fucked up, like do shit you would have never done before, like fucking try crack.
Okay, yeah, like if we have like enough of a warning to where you can literally end of the world party, yeah, fuck it. Like every airline's like, hey, if you want to go somewhere, we'll do it for free. Because
that's the thing, though. That's where you're gonna get like bank robberies and just like everybody stealing shit. Basically, like it would be definitely everything would break down.
Honestly,
in terms
I don't
of, like,
think so because I mean,
civility.
Everyone's gonna die. So what's the point in stealing shit?
But that's the same thought as they have, right? So it's like, who cares? Everyone's gonna die. I'll fucking kill 2 more people.
I want to feel the feeling of taking a man's life before I go.
That's why you
I
gotta
want to strangle a man as the
US of
asteroid
A
hit.
and have a gun yourself.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked you texted me. You're like, what did AI write the script for this movie? And I was like, which one?
That's when I realized we were supposed to watch both movies.
Plus, it was your idea. I'm kind of surprised you forgot about that.
What?
You were the one that initially floated. You're like, what if we double up next week?
Did I say that?
Yeah, and I was the one that was I was already thinking it, and then when you texted me that, I'm like, all right, cool, we're on the same page. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Oh my god, I did say that. What day was this? Monday? I was off. I was drunk or high.
Checks out.
I don't remember. I was like, are we supposed to watch both fucking movies? And like, I could have scrolled up an inch and saw that. I was like, you want to double up and watch both next week? Damn, you're right.
Shit happens, man.
I outed myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I find this movie, I don't know, for whatever reason, I find it really, like, there are moments that I laugh at. Like, it's an entertaining movie that I get some laughs out of. Like,
what are my... Oh, dude.
When they disarm the nuke, and then Max is just like, it sucks up here.
Max is like a real person, though. That's what I loved about his character.
And then, like, the part where they're going through and they're, like, asking, like, they have their, like, list of requests he's asking them for. And
you hazard pay for this.
Yeah, and they're like, they also don't ever want to pay taxes again for the rest of their life. Just like, I can see if people were in this position trying to pull some stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't want to ever pay taxes.
What's
again.
one person's tax?
What's one
person's taxes?
That's 7 I'm a fucking hero. Taxes.
I saved the entire...
Yeah, 7 people in a fucking country of 350 plus million people, Sam.
And it actually only ended up being like, what? 4?
Yeah.
4 of them died.
And then the other 2 worked for NASA, so they were still paying for their doing their taxes.
Yeah. This is just part of the job for them.
What was the other thing they requested? Like, bring back what?
I can't remember everything. I'm not gonna lie. I started the movie like 2 or 3 days ago, and then I watched the last half earlier today.
I'm gonna try and find it.
Sam, pet the dog for me,
No.
please.
He's a poop dog.
You bastard.
He's a poop dog.
Can I just say at the beginning of the movie, when like the asteroids hit, like initially, and like the space station or whatever, just that shuttle, they were like, maybe it's a surprise missile attack. And I was like, from outer space? And I was like,
It's the aliens from that Tom Cruise movie.
That comes out in 6 years. Like my best friend Spielberg. I know he's talking about making it.
I found it. It was bring back 8-track tapes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who wrote that? Was it Steve's character?
No, it was Max.
Which one's Max?
He's the guy who
Yeah,
died when it.
Oh, Max.
Yeah.
And I will say the character deaths in this movie are effective. The only one that I didn't think was as effective was the death of Owen Wilson's character. Because I remember when they're like, I couldn't tell who it was that he was trying to wake up, and then they're like, we lost Oscar, and I couldn't fucking remember who Oscar was.
Really?
So I had to literally look it up. But part of my problem, again, I did start it midway through the movie after not watching it for a couple days. So I was a little fuzzy. So I rewound it a little bit, but they didn't really shout his name out. And he wasn't in the Russian space station, like, situation. He wasn't as involved with that one. So he wasn't really taking up a whole lot of screen time. So honestly, I almost forgot he was in the movie by the time his death happened, and then it was just kind of like so sudden. Whereas like Max got a really epic send off, literally send off.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Bruce Willis's character got a great send off at the end there. Even the one dude from NASA who fucking took that massive rock and just like he like got hit by that massive rock, and then they're like, "Oh, we lost Gruber." Like, even he, I felt like, had a more effective death, but I don't know. That's just me personally. But I did think that overall, like, just, yeah, the storytelling, especially the deaths, were effective. And just, like, yeah, by the end, it does feel pretty epic what they're doing. Again, yeah, it's kind of cheesy, obviously, but I feel like it works.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's definitely a popcorn movie, but it's a popcorn movie that I think is effective at entertaining its audience.
Yeah.
Could you agree with that at least, Beck? Were you not entertained?
I do concur. If you will. I don't know, man.
Wow, 2 different references from 2 different movies.
What?
So Devin said, "Are you not entertained?"
Oh, Gladiator.
And then you said, "I do concur."
What is that from?
Catch Me If You Can.
With fucking Frankie Muniz? No, Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's Leo and Tom.
I haven't seen that movie in like 50 years.
When he's posing as a doctor.
Oh, I don't remember that. It's just engraved in my head.
Speaking of Frankie Muniz, you know he
NASCAR?
just got into the NASCAR. Yeah.
Oh, and I will put every dime I have on that little man.
So what were you thinking of? Big Fat Liar?
No, it's
Agent Cody Banks?
maybe. Hold on. Hold on. You guys do your thing. I'm gonna consult the web. Look at his movies. Why did I?
Oh, he's in My Boy Skip or My Dog Skip.
Oh my! That movie still makes me cry.
I went and saw that in theaters with my grandma, and I was like a very small child when that movie came out.
Born.
I went and saw that in theaters with my grandma, and I was so bored after 45 minutes. I was like, Grandma, can we go to the arcade? So we just left the movie and went, and I played in the arcade for like half an hour, and then my grandma took me home.
I remember, so I wasn't born when this movie came out, but I remember on DVDs I had at the time, or VHS, this was like an ad for movies that had come out like on tape or DVD. And I love that movie. It's great, but no, it's a few months before my day.
You want to know what the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater was?
Tarzan.
It was Inspector Gadget starring Matthew Broderick.
Broderick, yeah. And was it Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah.
His wife, the horsewoman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in it.
What, Sam?
No, it wasn't her. It was what's her name from Weeds? Mary Louise Parker.
Oh, he should have gone with her. Inspector Gadget was good.
I like that movie, and that was the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
I put it up there with Flubber.
So that's another movie I fucking love.
I have somebody who's never seen a Robin Williams movie.
What?
Mm-hmm. How is that possible?
I don't fucking know. I've asked her so many times. No.
I think you should start with Good Will Hunting.
I was gonna say that or Dead Poet Society.
That's also a great Aladdin?
No. Put her in the deep end.
She might have seen Aladdin, but I don't think she realizes that it's Robin Williams. Okay. I would say she's never willing. Like she's not seen like a movie to where he's acting in it. I would say over voice acting.
Adams.
I brought up Robin Williams. She's like, yeah, she never. I haven't seen a movie with him. Like what?
RV,
dude. Exactly. I fucking love RV.
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
I just remember JoJo was in it.
And Taylor Lautner.
Back when
Taylor
she
Lautner.
was a big deal.
Josh Hutcherson.
Oh yeah.
Played PETA. Yeah. No, yeah. JoJo's a fucking. I had like the biggest kid crush on her when that movie came out. Yeah. So if you're watching, like, what's up?
I've noticed you seem to be kind of attracted to your own kind there, Beck.
She's just like a brunette.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I thought she was ginger.
No, I'm just attracted to people who are attractive, Devin. Why do you think I still do this stream?
Because then
Sam.
Also,
that's good.
What's her name? Why am I blanking on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Evil Dead.
Oh my God, Jane Levy. Oh.
Jane Levy. Yes, exactly. But isn't she a ginger?
I don't know. Crazy. Trust me. Don't do it. I'm just scared I'll end up with my mom. Truth be told. I look out, but the thing I realize is I'm like, I'm my mom. I'm like, I'm the Carla in this relationship.
You said Carla?
What?
Your mom's name is Carla?
I never said Carla.
What's your mom's name? Actually, no, don't say it. We're on stream.
No shit, Sherlock. Like anybody's gonna look up fucking Carla. Like, I know her. I know her. Like, I dated her. Like my guitar teacher, my first girlfriend's name was Carla. Like, why do you tell me this every time we have a lesson, Brad?
But yeah, so Sam, we were talking at the beginning of the podcast about where we would go this month, because obviously we started out, you missed it, but we talked about War of the Worlds.
Yep.
To kick off the Alien Invasion podcast month. So we, I think next week we're gonna do Mars Attacks.
Okay. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have, actually.
Oh my, Devin, have you seen it?
I have not.
I'm so excited. This is gonna be another disaster movie. But the one thing, no. the thing is, when you watch it, just pay attention because they do credits in the beginning, like with the actors. Pay attention to it. You're just gonna be like shocked each time a name pops up.
You know,
Okay.
if we're doing alien movies, I feel like we have to do Men in Black.
See,
The only
that's the
alien
thing,
in that movie was Michael Jackson.
But so we
I don't think
that
Michael
does.
Jackson's in that movie.
I do think that.
Oh wait, yeah, he
that,
is.
Hold
yeah.
on, Sam.
He is.
that
I remember.
could-
Yeah.
That could fall in line with our. See, it's more alien invasion, not
Okay.
alien. So, but that I do know they are trying to stop an alien invasion, so that
The
could
Beetle.
work. And I do love Men in
Beetle?
Black.
Like the
Yeah,
bug
the
bug
gun.
alien. He's like
He's a roach.
stomping on.
He's a cockroach.
What's the fucking difference?
I feel like it's a massive difference.
This is Devin loading up into Discord or fucking Skype. Sam, check the chat.
Oh man, I forgot he is in that.
he was supposed to be an alien in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, no, I want to be in the suit. They're like, well, it's
That's
Michael
right.
Jackson. How do we say no to him? Like, we're a 5-year-old kid. We can't say no. Come on, guys.
Anyways,
I got real quiet, and I was like, damn, I thought that'd be funnier. Thank God it's only me watching.
Is it really?
I don't know. There's 2 people in here.
As I just saw Zave texted me, I gotta get back to him here in a minute.
The Netherlands? Like, damn, dude. How do you end up on Ohio from the Netherlands?
He was watching.
a plane.
Well, he lived here,
Oh,
and then he moved to the Netherlands, and now he's back visiting.
really went from Ohio to not Ohio. Oh,
It's a crazy concept.
Dude,
Not many of us
I
make it out of
know.
this
That's
state.
the thing is like it's like a state of purgatory. I'm just stuck here.
No, I came here from Tennessee.
Oh, that's
What-
right.
how
Well,
did you-
made the mistake of moving
How did you
here.
fuck up? Oh, to be fair, Dev or Sam, I'm in the same boat as you, but like it sucks, right?
No.
At least you
I mean,
have
as long
you
as
have,
I think
you
you're
have
in a-
good roommates.
yeah, that too. As long as you're in a big city in Ohio, it's fine.
Yeah, fair.
I feel like that's how it is everywhere, though.
Yeah, as long as you're around a bunch of people that like can't piss you off all the time, it's good.
Well, Sam, I wanted to ask you if you had any comments about Armageddon.
I do like this movie.
See, I do too. Beck is
Yeah.
not a fan.
Wow.
Okay,
Like,
no,
so wait, what
so,
don't you like
hold
about
on. I'm biased. I don't like disaster movies.
You did, well, you liked the Day After Tomorrow.
It had a really good story.
Yeah, Day After Tomorrow.
That's the thing.
But that's the thing. That's like the best. I would consider
Yes.
the best.
I liked the Day After Tomorrow because it wasn't just focused around the disaster constantly. It had a lot of building in it with the characters. That was great. And this one, it had a story. It was mediocre.
But then it also
and
had
it was
explosions.
it was just kind of it was funny.
They
but
fucking leveled all of France.
It's always, you never see like a US city really getting fucking leveled like that. Because they have to save the world, which is just, the 48 continental states, and then like the 2.
Because that is
But-
the world.
That's
What
the
do you
world, baby. It revolves USA.
Every disaster movie, yeah.
But no, that's my thing is like disaster movies are just, they're all the same to me, or they're not all the same, but it's just I want more out of them.
Yeah, I
So
get
you
that.
got Day After Tomorrow. It's like
Yep.
up here.
Day After Tomorrow is still this day the like genuine disaster movie. It's the best one I've ever seen.
This so Day After Tomorrow is like up here.
Yeah.
Armageddon's probably like right here.
Mm.
Volcano's like right
Oh,
here.
Volcano's
little
like
lower,
actually
little
in
lower.
the sewage.
Disaster movie is down here.
You gotta take that shit out of frame, baby.
No, I think I'd
Because
say
that movie
honestly,
knows what it is. It's not a good movie.
honestly,
And that's
I'd
what I
say
can
Volcano
respect.
is worse than a disaster movie.
Because
think so?
Volcano
Yeah.
took itself seriously. What do you mean?
All right, so switch. So switch then. So Day After Tomorrow's up here.
Uh-huh.
Armageddon's like right here, and then disaster movies like right here, and then Volcano's like way down here.
Something like that.
Well,
What's
that
magma?
Ash chewed out for drawing on this.
I guess Sam, do you have any other comments? So I know you came in a little bit late. We didn't talk about it for too long, but I just want to make sure you got any thoughts you had on the movie out.
Not really. I wish they would drag out the leaving on a jet plane scene longer, and like maybe
Okay.
actually put some music behind it instead of just people singing. But
Yeah,
Dude,
that's a nice moment.
yeah,
the best part of the movie, it's Colonel when like the bomb's about to go off and everything. Like when they started to try to remote detonate it. He's like strapping it down. He's like, he's like, we're dropping this bomb. And he's like, an Armageddon out of here.
what? I don't think I noticed that.
You fucking bastard. He's
Oh,
he's
God.
pulling a Morbin time
Oh!
joke here, alright?
I need to do something off camera, and I apologize.
That's what you get.
I just
you
spilled
get.
my fucking drink.
Damn, party foul, bro.
I'll drink it off the floor.
Sam, do you know, is Natalie home yet?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I can't really see.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell I rearranged the room a little bit.
I did see that. The futon's over in the corner now.
Yeah. Well, I had to make it, because I took that one shelf out, so I was like, what am I going to do with this one? So I put it under the window completely, but then it was like the chair was in a weird spot, so I switched the chair and the futon.
Also, I see you put Nick Cage in the corner.
Nobody puts baby.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I gotta find. I want to put him. I want to put him somewhere else, but that's where he is for now.
Thank God this chair is pleather.
But yeah, so I guess that will conclude our month of disaster movies. I know we were supposed to do all of these in January, but I had a concert to go to at the last week of January.
Yeah, just
on
let
Tuesday.
it be known it's not my fault.
So we ended up postponing and doubling up for this week. So that is the end of our disaster movie month with Armageddon. We might revisit this at some point, although I don't know what disaster movies we would cover unless we got into some real trash.
2011.
You mean 2012?
Yeah. Close
Oh,
enough.
you talking about the Nick Cage movie?
2011 and 2012 are two different. 2012 had like an apocalypse thing attached to it. 2011 was just a year, bro.
When everything was still normal.
Yeah. But I guess that is true. There are some more disaster movies we could do, like 2012, Moonfall.
Knowing?
No, I did think about Knowing. Nicolas Cage, bro. Can't go wrong.
Wait, who was in 2012 then?
John Cusack.
Checks out.
But yeah, so we might come back to disaster movies at another time. But also, this is, as I said at the beginning, so we did War of the Worlds this week. We're going to do Mars Attacks next week. And then I think the following week we will either do Attack the Block or we will do Signs. And I'm not sure what the last week will be yet.
I have a suggestion.
But maybe Men in Black.
You could do
honestly.
Arrival also.
Oh!
I think
Oh,
that's a good one.
Beck's not.
No. I will watch anything.
No, not Arrival.
Not a
Under the Skin.
Why do
Under
I know
the Skin.
that?
If we're gonna do like one like really like weird one, we should do like either Under the Skin or
You know what, Sam? I'll watch Arrival and we can talk about it.
or Arrival. Have you seen Arrival?
It's been a long time, and I think I need to revisit it.
Oh no, okay, no, sorry. Either Under the Skin or Annihilation.
I would rather do Arrival.
Then Annihilation?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like Annihilation?
There's a book on Annihilation, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Annihilation was. I want to say it was a book. Annihilation was kind of like trash, in my opinion.
The book or the movie?
The book.
Dude, the movie is fucking awesome.
It had a lot. So here's the thing: is that movie was built up for me for the bear, and that was it.
The bear. Oh, dude, the ending to that movie's so wild.
Yeah, it was a book. Jeff Vandermeer.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have to do Annihilation.
It's
I do think you should
three-part
watch
book.
the movie.
I've seen Annihilation and I've seen Arrival. They came out kind of close, like they're like the hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I talk about those two, and they're always like with each other in reference. But I'll rewatch both of them. I probably should, but I do remember I liked Arrival more than Annihilation when I did watch them.
Well, okay, I think instead of either of those, we should do Under the Skin because I think you'll really like Under the Skin.
Why? Because it's got Scarlett Johansson.
And she's naked for most of the movie.
Well, that's not fair. Of course I'm gonna like the movie because I remember you told me about this and I was like, I need to watch that on my own.
It's also just an amazing movie. It's like one of the most visually stunning movies.
Is it A24?
Yeah.
No shit, you like it.
and it's an alien invasion movie.
It's an Alien 24 movie. Is that what the A stands for?
And this is
it's an alien invasion in movie.
It's the 24th alien invasion.
Okay, so the guy who plays the deformed person in Under the Skin, Adam Pearson, his photo on Google is like the fucking like the CGI or makeup for it, and I was very confused because he's a normal man.
Huh?
Anyway,
his makeup was really good. I thought he was actually a deformed guy.
I did too until I clicked on his photos.
So yeah, maybe we'll close off the month with Under the Skin. But yeah, I think I mean that's it for I think the two movies. I don't know, Beck, if there's anything else you wanted to talk about. Like in general.
I don't know. Like I said, I wish you've seen Black Phone because I'd love to talk about that. But
I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, I'm very strongly thinking about doing a reaction video to it.
I will watch that if you do it. Probably.
So I'm gonna do that. I need to get my reaction equipment set back up.
I wish you had the fucking footage from when you did The Boys.
I wish, dude. Fucking tell me about it.
You told me, and I'm like, my heart hurt for you so much. That scene, I still like describe it to people. I'm like, how do you do it justice by like describing like the excitement behind it?
Talking about
dude,
episode
you don't.
6.
What? Herogasm.
Episode
Herogasm.
6, yeah.
When they have the massive fight, dude, I was so fucking hyped.
Was he like
the entire
scorched
time.
Earth or something?
I was like, dude, this is the most hyped I've ever been for a reaction. This is so.
This is when Captain America said
so
"Avengers Assemble." Like,
yeah, and then I went to fucking review it, and the footage got corrupted right after I ended it. So then I couldn't access it.
Yeah,
and I just lost my reaction to what is hands down the best episode of The Boys so far.
Have you read the comics yet, Devin?
Could not go forward with any more reactions to it. I have not yet. I still want to check those out.
So text me a reminder in April. I will bring up. I think I have like the first 4 like collections of the comics.
Okay.
I've already read them, so like whether I get them back or not, I don't care. But like pass them around the house. They're so good, and it's like. The show's varying from it very much, so it's not like you're getting huge spoilers, but it's a nice comparison because like the thing is they all take in the comics they all take a version of Compound V, but it is it's permanent, but it only heightens like their strength and stuff with them.
I just know in the comics Black Noir is Homelander. He's a
clone of Homelander, but he also like sexually assaults / rapes Huey in the comics.
Homelander or Black Noir?
Yes. They're the same person. Black Noir.
Well, there's the original Homelander and then the clone.
Yes, it was Black Noir. So he does it in the comics. So
Yeah, I'm wondering where they're gonna go with that in the show since
I
they
think-
just fucking murdered Black Noir.
truth be told, I think they're gonna go the same route as the comics did. But
He's just gonna show back up,
No-
and that's
whoa.
when he's a clone.
No, I think they're gonna do it with Homelander.
No,
probably.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to like spoil a potential ending for the comics and our show. I think they're
Okay.
building towards the same ending, but they're just getting there through different steps. They're going through a different path.
Makes sense,
Yeah. One thing
dude.
the thing that the comics does is what I wish disaster movies would do. I just want to see the world fucking end. Like they always save the day. That's fucking boring. I want to see them go through all this shit and then the asteroid just hit.
Wasn't that the end of Knowing?
Yeah, but they still kind of got saved, right?
Well, the two kids.
They did an Adam and Eve type of situation, and there was like a payout, and there's aliens in it.
Yeah.
Fuck. I just want to see everybody perish, except for the one dude in the Russian like space station.
Well, okay.
What do now?
I mean, I guess it isn't a disaster movie, but well, there's two. There's The World's End.
Seen it.
That ends with the end of the world.
People still
Although
survive.
there's still survivors.
You do
And
this
then,
is the end.
And then Cabin in the Woods.
Seen it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it ends. Doesn't the end of Cabin in the Woods end with the whole world?
It's one of the Titans' hands reaches up through like the ground and like slams. Yeah, it's not the same. It's a horror movie. It wasn't a disaster movie.
Yeah, that's what
I want to see a disaster movie when you see like all hope's lost and it's literally, oh shit, seeking a friend for the end of the world. Never mind.
With Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley and Steve Carell. Still one of my.
I still have not seen that movie.
You should watch it. It's so good.
That's been one that I've known about for a while. I was gonna watch it when it came out, and then I never did, and then I forgot about it.
When the movie came out, I actually got a free like wallpaper for my Xbox 360 for it. I remember it was like around that era.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like,
I didn't know it was that old.
It's a
That makes me
disaster
feel
movie,
old.
but it's not like that's just like that's not. I want to say that's like the subplot for the movie. It's
we
what drives
talked-
everything, but it doesn't. It's not the main focus.
We talked about this movie because then when you brought it up at first, I was thinking of Safety Not Guaranteed.
Yes.
With Mark Duplass and Aubrey Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
It's another great movie, but it's not at all related. I just, for some reason, I think they came out around the same time, and so I kind of put those two together. But
yeah, no, but oh yeah, I still need to watch it. 'Cause it's like a guy who claims, can I?
He's like a time
I'll ask you
traveler.
off camera or off stream.
Okay. Well, I think we're at 1 o'clock. I don't know how long we've been going for. Hold on, I can check.
1:42.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, we can keep going if you guys want. I'm sure there's something else we could talk about.
Honestly, Sam, you just joined in. You have anything?
I think I do need to head out, but I do have a topic that we should do for another month.
Where do you need to go?
I was gonna meet Natalie at Mickey's. She wants to go to Mickey's, so.
You're meeting her there?
Macus.
But I do have a topic.
Wait, you're meeting her there?
Yeah.
He was
She's
just
not
gonna.
coming
He was just
home?
gonna leave you in the house, Devin.
Because she has something that I need from her.
Oh. You want to come to Mickey's?
No. No, I don't.
Okay, I can text her and just tell her to come back, and because it's not too far from Mickey's, so.
But what was your topic for another month?
We could do Jim Carrey movies. And I already have 4.
What are your 4 Jim
Mr.
Carrey
Popper's
movies?
Penguins. I saw
The
that in
Mask,
the fucking drive-in.
Ace Ventura, Truman Show, and Sunshine, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I mean, we could. I'm trying to think if there's any other Jim Carrey movies.
The Grinch.
Oh yeah, The Grinch. Okay, Sam, you're not gonna run the fucking show. All right, we're gonna choose some Jim
All
Carrey
right,
movies
but
together. But I do think we should do Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's the one that I want.
Because that one shows a different side of him than most of his other movies. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it enough to know.
It's a very good movie.
It's a very powerful film, and he's really good in it. So I've been wanting to watch that one for a while. I'm completely down to watch that one. But when it comes to his other movies, we gotta discuss this a bit.
Oh, we got Sonic.
Kick-Ass 2.
Oh. Jim Carrey's a good fucking.
What was it? 13.
What?
I think it was called 13. It was a horror film he was in.
Really?
Yeah, it was like he goes like crazy. I think it's called it's called Number 27, I think.
I'm on his IMDb. I'll find it.
It's got a number.
Number 23.
Number 23. Yeah, it's a horror film.
Oh, Fun with Dick and Jane.
But
I love that.
Oh my god, I love that fucking movie.
Dude, Jack
Big
Garland.
Fat Liar.
There's also Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty.
Or Liar, that's what.
Dumb and Dumber.
Bruce Almighty.
Jim Carrey's got too much for a week.
Well, also we can always revisit him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Cable Guy.
Oh my god, dude.
Like,
yeah, that's at least a 2-month thing right there, going through Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that'd be like definitely like watching some even off script just to like talk about them.
Yeah, like what I did with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you fucking did.
I went down a rabbit hole. I was almost like Abed in Community. I was like turning into Nicolas Cage. I'm like,
He was in a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, he played the main villain.
Olaf.
Yeah.
He was Count Olaf. Another great Jim Carrey
I can't watch that movie.
Why not?
It's such a weird thing to where I'm like, I remember the last time I watched it, my sister was visiting at the house, and she's probably in college. But she was like, we should watch this. And I'm like, I don't fucking like the movie because it just depresses me. Like, hard. So hard. And I'm like,
it is a depressing movie.
It's like one of the few movies to where it's like, it just bothers me to watch it because I feel like it puts me in such a bad place. And I hate saying that because it's like weird, but I can't watch it without just being insanely sad the entire time, and I don't like it.
There was a Netflix series
with Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, I watched like the first 2 episodes, and
I watched a lot of it.
I don't remember why I stopped watching, but I don't think I liked it.
It didn't pack the same punch as the movie.
Yeah,
it had way more of a comedic tone to it over like the movie kind of was funny, but it was very serious at times too.
Yeah. Well, and Jim Carrey really landed the whole
Olaf, Count Olaf. Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah. I guess we can definitely do Jim Carrey. I don't know, because I'm thinking not the week or the month after this is March, and I wanted to do the Man with No Name trilogy, and then maybe throw in one more spaghetti western. But I've been meaning to watch those movies for so long.
Isn't that The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
A Fistful of Dollars.
Fistful of Dollars.
A few dollars more.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
I think I've seen The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I haven't seen the other two.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch those for a long time, and I felt like we could do them on stream. And when I think you played us a trailer for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I think so.
The other night, it reminded me that I really want to do that. So I think we should do that maybe for the next month's stream, and then maybe the month after that do Jim Carrey. Oh, the month after that is April, so we will also do a random stream where we will talk about the new Evil Dead movie that month.
That sounds good.
Are we gonna do Star Wars in May?
We could.
That'd be a good idea.
Should.
Let's do either like the movies, or we could even like try to tackle one of the shows if you wanted to.
I think I'd rather
we're gonna
6
do
movies.
One of the shows.
The shows would be a lot.
Well,
if
no,
we're gonna do one of the shows, I would say we do Andor.
Well, so what
I haven't seen Andor, but I've heard amazing things about it.
With the shows though, like let's say we watched like 3 episodes out. I don't know, are they 20 minutes?
think so.
They range.
It,
I mean, there's
if we
an
find
episode
one
or
that's
two of
like
Mandalorian that's like
Visions or
40-something
something
minutes.
that's like 20 minutes, we can watch like 3 of those this episode. It's an hour and a half, like an hour and a half. When we do 4.
I think we just stick to the movies.
That was my only thing. I wasn't sure if we want to do the movies since they're so like everybody has seen the fucking.
Because we can. Well, I guess that's true. I don't know. We'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
Because.
We could focus on the new ones even if we wanted to.
No.
No,
Please.
that's the reason I bring it up is because they are so. I hate 8. I like 7 and 9.
I liked 8 and I hated. Or I liked 7 and 8, but I did not like 9.
I hated 8 and I respected 9 because it was a lot of fixing everything that 8 fucked up, in my opinion.
I gotcha.
That was the thing since I saw it. I'm like,
where, like,
Ryan Johnson directed it and fucked it. Yes.
I don't want to like say anything like spoil anything. I know we've all seen it.
Okay, fuck it. It came out a while ago. If you haven't seen it, it's a piece of shit. Yes.
They just kill fucking Snoke. That's
and
the
then
stupidest shit.
Yes. That's why I like 9s because fucking what's his name came back. I can't think of his name right now. Oh my god.
General Snoke?
No. The director of 7 and 9.
Oh, J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. He had a vision for all these movies, and they bring in Ryan Johnson, which I don't hold anything against the guy because, like, you literally get pulled in for the middle of a trilogy that was planned out, and you get kind of thrown into it. So he, of course, got thrown under the bus, butchered it, and then they try to bring back Abrams for 9, and so he's retconning, like, everything that fucking happened, trying to fix it, like, keep him for the trilogy. He had the vision for it. Like, he had the story for it, but they were like, Ryan Johnson has a vision. I'm like, for a trilogy that's already started, yes, okay. No shit. Like, if you see some of the early artwork for 9, and, like, it was so badass. It was fucking amazing. And then we get what we get. Like, the 9s of Ren were supposed to have a huge part in 8, but then nothing's ever written about them. So it's like, okay, it's kind of cool that they literally show up in 9, and one of the stormtroopers just like, oh, hey, it's the Knights of Ren. That's all they really address about it. Because, like, what are you going to do? Spend 45 minutes of a 2.5-hour movie building up a lore that should have been done in the last one. Oh.
All right, I got one last thing to say, and I gotta head out.
Pissed me off.
If we do Star Wars, I want to do Rogue One.
I'm down.
I love that movie.
I would love to do Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I think that was a big like boycotting thing. It was a good movie, but it got shit on for reasons it probably shouldn't have. And Obi-Wan probably would have gotten his movie if people had just gone to see that movie because it was good. I think people just were like, it's not Harrison Ford, so fuck this.
Yeah. If we do like a Star Wars, I feel like we should do like a Star
movies?
Wars month. We should have like a different month for regular movies and spin-offs.
Okay. I mean, Devin, you run this shit. Sam and I are
different.
planning stuff without you right now.
Well, no, this is fine. You said, what was your idea, Sam?
So, no, if we do like a Star Wars month, I feel like we should have a month for regular Star Wars movies, like 1 through 9, and then like some other month just for like the spin-offs, like Rogue One, Solo.
That would make sense.
Other kind, yeah.
So
the Star Wars Stories month.
Yeah.
Or the Star Wars trailer.
Like we do the Skywalker saga, the first month.
Rey Skywalker.
That's still 9 movies in a month. But I mean, we can do it.
How
We've
the
done 12
fuck
in a month
did she know how
before.
to build a lightsaber?
Hey, I watched 9 in one day.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I watched all of them in one day.
Yeah, you're something else.
My friend and I did a Star Wars marathon. We started at like 8 in the morning.
Oh, that was my
I
dad
think
and
I
I.
remember
He was like, that was our
telling me
thing.
about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sam.
Nerds.
My friend and I are trying to plan the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings like all day thing to where we do the meals while we're watching the movies. And I found a Lord of the Rings cookbook at Books A Million.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Nerds.
Now you fucked up. Did you see where he sold his A24 script or his script to A24?
No, he sold it to New Line Cinema for
Yes.
$38 million.
Because New Line always fun.
Well, and now they're looking at Zach Kreger as the next big name in horror film.
I'm so down.
Writing and directing. So
I was listening to a podcast on Barbarian last night, like falling asleep to it.
It makes me so happy to see one of the guys from Whitest Kids You Know having this level of success now.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, really.
It's great.
But yeah, I guess we'll Sam's got to get going.
Sorry, Sam.
I need to eat some food,
Hey.
and I got someone coming over, so I am going to go ahead and call it here. I think this was another great stream. I always love talking to you guys. Well, especially you, Beck. I talked to Sam.
Y'all live together, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very frequently. But it's always nice to catch up with you for a little bit.
Absolutely, man.
And like I said, same time next week.
Can't wait to be there in April.
We'll do Mars Attacks. And yes, I'm still very excited for you to come in April. So, but until the next one, I'm Devin.
Sam.
Beck.
And we will catch y'all on the next one.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Flippity flip.